That's this year's feathers. So you can tell they're not as long as the other ones. They got a different shade to them. All right, we're here waiting for Jeb again. I'm always waiting for Jeb. Just tell you, this generation, they stay up till 2 a.m. playing video games, and then you can't get them up at 7, 8 a.m. By the time I get them out of bed, the hawks are going to be done eating and soaring in the sky. So see if we can get them up here. There he is. You sleep good?
Oh yeah.
Jeez. All right, we finally got Jeb in here. What games are you playing till 2 a.m.? Warlords and warlocks? War chest? Huh.
Yeah, I've been up for a while. I don't know where you've been.
I've already been to the gym.
Yeah.
I took care of the cats, the dogs.
I did my morning reading, and then I was just waiting on you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I buy all that. All right, guys, we're out here trapping red tails. Got my buddy Jeb here with me. Had to get him out of bed, so that kind of slowed us down. But I'm used to that with Jeb. So we just threw the trap out for this red tail. Not 100% sure what it is yet, but it just landed on the trap. Oh, it just came off. But we'll give this 10-15 minutes, see what happens. All right, we gave up on that red tail. It just came down, popped the trap once real quick. It looked like it was a second-year bird. It was pruning literally while we were waiting for it to come down to the trap, and then it lost a wing feather. And it looked like a juvenile feather. So I think it was on its second year, starting its second year. So we moved on. We've been driving around for a couple hours. Saw a couple adults out in the distance, and one juvenile, but we couldn't get the trap in the right place for it. It was way out in the field. We just put a trap down for a bird. It kind of looks like an adult. Couldn't really tell from the angle we had, but we put the trap out anyway, and we'll see if we can get this one here. All right. Yep, definite adult. If you want to get a little closer, you can see that little snare that got the 3 front toes there. So, all right, there it is. See how there's no belly band here now? It's just kind of like a little rusty color there and all broken up. And I think my first falconry video, I pointed out that the eyes are light. And if you guys can see that, let me turn here with the sun. You guys can see how dark the eyes are now. So I would say this bird's probably at least 3 years old. I mean, the eyes are real dark. The belly band's really disappeared on it. And then I'm going to turn it around here, and you can see that it's like a chestnut red tail. So see this feather here, the 2 feathers that my fingers are on right there, that's this year's feathers. So you can tell they're not as long as the other ones. They got a different shade to them, and they haven't reached these ones here. These are last year's feathers, and I'd say it's a male. Not a real big beak on it. The feet aren't real big. I'm not gonna try to nail me there. I'm not going to weigh it. I mean, I know it's a male and it's an adult. We're gonna let it go, but we'll get it back to the car, and I'm just gonna spray it for the mites and flies, and then we'll let it go. All right, guys. For those of you that haven't seen one of my falconry videos, I like to use this. It's called a barn barrier. It's a natural fly repellent. It's 4 horses, but in falconry we use a lot of things 4 horses on the birds. So this just will knock back some mites and flies and things like that. Sometimes even when you're just holding the birds, they got these little things, we call them flat flies, and they'll jump off of the bird onto you. They're nasty and they're quick, and I've not seen one on it yet, but I'll just go ahead and give him a little spray, and we'll send him on his way here. And I don't have a hood on it right now. I don't want to get the spray in its eyes, so I'm just spraying away from its face and just getting the wings and tail and all that. All right, we'll send this guy back, and I'll go back to hunting mice. I'm sure he was hunting mice in this grassy area here, so here he goes. Right back to where he was. All right, guys, we're back home. This was a 2-day trapping video. The first day you saw with Jeb, we saw several adults, trapped the 1 adult, red tail. I went out this morning just by myself. Jeb was probably sleeping. No, I don't know what he had going on, but he wasn't available. But several adults again today. There was a kestrel, but it did not want to have anything to do with the mice I had in the trap. So rough few days. Seeing a ton of red tails here in the last week or 2, but it's just been a lot of adults. And it seems like when I do come across a juvenile, it's gone when I come back with my traps. You know, it's always when I'm working, or, you know, my wife and I are driving somewhere. You know, I don't have all my stuff with me, but that's how it goes. Jeb does have information on a golf course that has a ton of red tails on it and a lot of juveniles. I'll try to put the picture in this video if I can find it. It was a picture of a juvenile red tail with a squirrel, dead squirrel in the tree. And the employees at the golf course said that they see red tails consistently killing squirrels, raiding squirrel nest. So there's 2 things with that. One, obviously they're killing squirrels, and you know, sometimes it takes months to really get red tails chasing squirrels. You know, their parents teach them to look down and hunt mice normally, but if they're already looking up and hunting squirrels, you know, some of them they may hit on the ground, but I'm sure that they do look up. And then also raiding a squirrel nest, you know, if they're doing that, they're definitely tuned into squirrels up high. So the other half of it is they're used to people. These employees are saying that people are driving their golf carts, walking right under red tails that are in a tree above them. So, you know, that means I could get a red tail right off the rip that's used to people and is already hunting squirrels. Now, it's still going to be wild. You know, when I trap it, it's still going to try to nail my hand or whatever. But when I do start hunting it, it won't be such a big deal to have 3, 4, 5 people with me, or it shouldn't, just because it's already used to a bunch of people walking around. So that's my theory on it. So hopefully there will be a video coming out here soon of us trapping a hawk on a golf course. If you don't see one, didn't work out, but maybe I'll mention it here in the next video or two, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I might lower my standards a little bit on weight. I was wanting a 45-ounce red tail or bigger, but you know, if it's already killing squirrels, it's used to being around people, I'll take a 39, maybe 40 ounce. I don't know. We'll see what's down there, but yeah, that's it for this one, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing the adult red tail. I think that's the first one that I've put on the channel, so you can kind of see the difference between adult and juvenile now. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get something here in the near future. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one.